Hi, my name is Ethan Ramos, and I'm the representative of the Puerto Rican national team for wrestling at 86 kilograms. And today I'm going to teach you how to get a bigger neck. Now, my primary purpose in this video is to really help you to strengthen your neck so that you're more protected in the sports that you're doing. In sports like football or MMA or wrestling, having a strong neck can be really important. One, because it can help you to avoid injuries like disc-related injuries, neck stingers, things like that. It can also prevent getting concussions and also from being knocked out in sports like MMA. So if you're interested in getting a stronger neck, which will likely give you that bigger neck you might be looking for, then I think this video is for you. Now, before I get into the different exercises that I've done to help strengthen my neck and which I've seen has helped me put on some size there, I want to get into some of these devices that I use to help me loosen up my spine and also just get a little more range of motion when I'm doing those exercises. This is a orthotic cervical traction block. It's by Lumia Wellness. At one point it did say shoulder here. I've used it a lot, so it kind of wore off. But you basically put your shoulder side on this, and then you just let your neck hang over on this side, away from the groove. And so what I'll do is I'll pretty much just put my thumbs right here, and in a prayer position I'll put my fingers to my eyes like this, and then I just push back all the way and I let my neck completely rest, and I try to breathe through it so that I'm able to relax everything. And I might wait there for a couple minutes or just until I'm able to get the pops that I'm looking for, because these days I feel a lot more tightness in my low cervical spine. And I can't really get that from just a manual, like popping my neck like that. So I use this tool to open up that space, and that'll help me get some relief. Additionally, if I'm feeling really tight in my neck, specifically from my trap or things like that, then I might use this one. This really can help relieve headaches a lot of times. Right? If you have a lot of tightness up on this side, up in your like high trap where it connects to your skull, then using this tool can be really good, because you can just put your neck in between the balls here and squeeze, and you get a little more leverage, and then you can pick a side and get the muscle in between and squeeze and kind of work it out, and that should help kind of bring some blood back to the area, relieve some of that tightness, and hopefully relieve any headaches that you might have. And then for a little bit harder to reach spots, I use this. This is called the Body Back Buddy, and these came together when I bought them on Amazon. Yeah, I used a similar one in college, and I used it before practice and after practice, and it was just it's a really good self-massage tool that you can use. You have a lot of different knobs that you can put in different areas of your body, right? You can use it for your hamstrings, your feet, your quads, low back, whatever it is, right? But for my traps, which might lead to tightness up in here and up in my neck, then I'll use this, and I'll kind of get this pointed edge here. And I'll just put it on a tender spot, and I'll hold it there. I might move it around to get a little more movement in that knot, and then I try to work it out. And then depending on the spot, I might put it in a pressure point, and then just try to move my neck in a circular motion or side to side, so I can get a little more range of motion. And I think doing these things before you get into the neck exercises is a good practice to get into, because it'll help you to get more range of motion in the exercise you're doing, which will give you better gains in the long run. So if you're interested in buying these tools, I'll leave a link in the description below. This comes as a bundle, and this comes by itself. Another point that I forgot to mention is you can lower the traction block on 3 levels, so that'll give you some height if you need it. And yeah, again, if you're interested, I'll leave a link, and you can buy it there on Amazon. So with that, let's get to the neck exercises. So these are the exercises that we can do to work on our neck. I think first, before you get into the exercises, you ought to do some mobility work beforehand. So that's why I put neck circles look over the shoulder and neck tilts. So what that would look like is neck circles would just be, coming here slowly, moving a 4 range of motion, doing it maybe 10 times, and then going the other way. Trying to get all the way 4 range of motion. Then look over the shoulder would be just basically standing here, shoulders back and retracted, and I'm just looking all the way as far as I can go, and then I'm going to go the other way. Again, 10 times each way. And you should feel it in your rhomboids and your trap if you're doing it correctly, but also up here, up in your neck. And then the last mobility exercise would be just neck tilt, so that would just be getting your ear to your shoulder almost, and not lifting up your shoulder, just keeping your shoulders down and back, and then just bringing your ear as close as you can to it, and then the other way. And that way your neck is loose before you get into it. Now that we have a loose neck, we can get into the exercises, and that would include my top 5, which would be number 1, chin tucks. So this, you might just be sitting down or standing up. Again, shoulders down and back, retracted, right? And then I'm just gonna bring my chin down to my chest. Just like that. I'm trying to keep everything locked in on the back side. I'll do the side view so you can see. And then I'm just bringing my chin down to my chest here. Taking it nice and slow, doing maybe 12 to 20 reps, right? Then the next exercise would be neck extension and flexion. I'll show a clip on this, but I'll be laying down on a table or a bed where I can let my head just hang off on the side. And all I'm going to do is for the flexion side, I'm just going to pull my head all the way down the same way. Now I'm using gravity to let my head be as a weight, and I'm just going to pull it on this way. And then from the other side, on the extension side, I would lay down on the bed and I just pull my head backwards like that, getting that 4 range. Hold there for a second and pull down. Let it relax before you go back up again. Relax and then come back up. Same thing with the flexion. I'd let my head relax as it's hanging there, and then I pull up. All right. Third one would be lying neck twists. So this one, you lay on your back, relaxed. I'd lift my head just a few inches off the floor, and then these are going to be engaged right here, and so I'm just going to turn like this. And it's going to be a little bit slower, but that's the main idea, is that I'm laying down flat, I'm relaxed, my head's a little bit off the ground, so my neck's engaged, and then I'm just turning as I go. The fourth one is the neck retraction and protraction. Now the retraction part is pretty similar to the chin tuck, but now I'm going to be bringing my chin down, and then I'm pulling my head up at the same time. So it'll look kind of like this. So again, I'm shoulders back and down. I bring my chin in, and then I lift up. Trying to think about like if I had a string connected here that is pulling straight up. So I'm here. And this is a good one to do if you're just sitting down as well. Sometimes, at least for me, when I feel it, it'll get very tight up in here, and it almost feels like I'm cramping. I tend to just work through it, and it ends up feeling better after. And then the protraction would just be full extension out forward. So I'm here, I'm standing shoulders down and back, and then I'm just reaching out as far as I can with my chin. Just like that. And then the last one would be the neck bridge. And all you're doing basically is you're laying down on your back, and then you're just going to lift up your hips and your shoulders, and all that's going to be on the floor is your feet and your head. And so you're going to try to push all the way back until almost your nose touches the ground, and then you slowly drop back down. Now the variables for this would be 2 to 3 sets of 12 to 20 reps. You want to keep this nice and slow and controlled, so you're not trying to rush through it and get it done as fast as possible. You really want to take your time on it. And then between the sets would be a minute to a minute 30 rest in between. And so my suggestion would be that you can do all 5 exercises, or you can just pick 2 or 3 and just kind of do a little circuit of that, 2 to 3 sets of that. And I think that'll really help you, one, protect your neck, stabilizing it for whatever sport you're doing. It'll strengthen it for sure, and in time, the more that you strengthen it and the more time you spend on it, the bigger your neck will grow. This is something that you can do before your practices and after your practices, but it's something to do really good before practices. If you're dealing with neck stingers or if you just have neck stiffness, this is a good thing to do when you're relaxing and before you get into a workout. That way your neck is fully activated, it's ready for impact. And if you're going to do it before a practice, I would suggest doing it on the lower end of the sets, maybe the lower end of the reps, because at that point you want to strengthen it and you want to activate it, but you don't want to get it too tired or fatigued where now when you get in that impact your muscles are too tired to respond. So you want to activate it, strengthen it, but let it kind of be primed for the work that you're about to do. And then if you're going to be doing it as kind of a prehab or a recovery kind of thing later on when you're not working out, then I would suggest doing it on the higher end of the reps and higher set range. There you go. Those are some exercises. Those are my top 5. I hope that's helpful for you, and I hope that gets you to the goals that you're looking for. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment below if you have any questions or things you're looking for, and leave a like if you got some value from this video. And thanks for watching.